Hey everyone, this is Kate Weatherwise, your favorite weather girl, coming to you on Sunday, March 15th, 2026. It is 2 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, which means it is 5 p.m. on the East Coast. We're going to be focusing on the Central Time Zone today for today's weather video concerning all of the severe weather that is starting to pop up for the center of the country, which will be in play for the eastern half of the country and the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic, those areas tomorrow. And if you want to follow me on either X or Facebook, that's where I will be all afternoon and evening reporting on these tornado warnings and where they headed all evening long. As soon as one pops up, I will post about it and show you on radar what it looks like and the direction it's headed in and the towns that it could potentially be affecting. So this is the area of concern today, where we stretch all the way from southwestern Michigan all the way down to the Gulf Coast. We have 4 different tornado watches that are in play right now. This far eastern one is until 11 o'clock tonight Central Time. This one right here goes until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This one right here goes until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And the most northern one goes until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Now you can see these boxes, where the red boxes, these are the tornado warned areas at the moment, the tornado warned storms. So instead, this is the infrared satellite imagery. Now it shows you, it gives you a good look at where this trough and this low pressure system is. This trough is digging out in the center of the country, where all of the colder, much colder air is behind it. You can see these high cirrus clouds behind it, and then it quickly goes up, and then the low pressure system is down here. We'll see here in a minute when we take a look at the winds and these higher cloud tops. This is where all of the snow is occurring. You can kind of see the stratiform clouds, and blizzard conditions are expected to take shape into Iowa, up into Minnesota and Wisconsin later today and overnight tonight. And you can see this line of thunderstorms out ahead of this low pressure system, this mesocyclone, this mid-latitude cyclone, out ahead of it, producing all of the severe weather. It's pretty apparent when you look at it on this satellite imagery. So let's go back to this imagery right here. You can see where the low pressure system is. You see all of these winds, pretty hefty winds coming down, which is why there are blizzard warnings out for all of this area. The snow that is going to take place the rest of today and overnight, tonight into tonight. All of this colder air smashing into the warm air. It just colliding right here. You can see it just coming in and colliding, which is exactly where all of this severe weather is going to take place. Look at the dew point temperatures, and this is the current status of the dew point temperatures right now. You can see that there's some deep moisture that's heading in. I have said this before, not as deep of a moisture tap into as there was with last week's severe weather system that came through and created some tornadoes, and some pretty big tornadoes with 7 to 9 inch hail in some of those supercells. But there is enough moisture just directly out ahead of this front that's allowing for these thunderstorms to form. Now, the temperature wise, it is pretty warm. We are in the low to mid 80s down here into Texas. We're in the 80s into Louisiana, 70s. You get into the 60s up here out ahead of this front. So it's not that warm either, but there is a very high potential out ahead here. 74 in Ohio, 74 in Louisville, Kentucky, 81. So out ahead, directly out ahead, it's not as warm, but you get out ahead another 100 miles, 75 miles out ahead of the system. So as this continues to the low pressure system continues to march east, it's just going to bring up all of that instability from the Gulf and will create that situation. And I'm going to advance this forward in time with these temperatures. You get into tomorrow, and the temperatures are going to start to rise. And this is the area of concern for tomorrow with the severe weather, with an enhanced risk for severe weather in and around the mid-Atlantic down through the southeast for tomorrow. Now I'm going to take us back to the dew point temperatures, and I'm going to push this forward to see these dew point temperatures come into play. This is tomorrow afternoon. You can see tomorrow dew points are expected to be in the 60s here into the mid-Atlantic down into North Carolina. And by the time these storms come through, which will be about this time tomorrow, we have a mid-60s dew point, which is, you know, a lot of moisture and instability is going to come with that. But out behind all of these, look at these dew points in the negatives, and the temperature tomorrow, once this front goes through the Midwest, the temperatures are really going to drop, and it's going to feel like winter time. This is tomorrow night. Temperatures in the single digits and teens, and in the 20s again. With these higher winds, it's going to feel really cold. And then you all up into Michigan, you're going to get into the lake effect snow once this low gets past you as well. So this is what we have going on, probability for severe weather. And you see that tomorrow stretching all the way. Let me pull this out a little bit so it's much easier to see. You see all the way up into northern New York, all the way down into northern Florida, is you're in the slight risk for severe weather. And then you get closer to from central Maryland all the way down into northeastern South Carolina. This strip here in the red, that's a moderate risk for severe weather. And then we're going to take a look at what tomorrow's chances for tornadoes is going to be. 15% chance in that moderate risk area of seeing EF0 to EF2 tornadoes on the ground here in the afternoon and evening hours, here from stretching again from central Maryland all the way down to northeastern South Carolina and right through central North Carolina and central Virginia as well. So these are the things that I will continue to be looking at. Then behind it, I'm going to take us through temperatures. We see these cold temperatures coming in behind this system. This is by Monday night. We see this colder air plummeting down and then retreating a little bit and then pushing along again. And it looks like it's going to start retreating by Thursday time frame. It will retreat back up into Canada, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is definitely going to be colder in this part of the country, all the way down to Florida, than you have seen for the past few weeks. So we are not done with winter yet. We have severe weather on tap. This is what I will be focusing on today. And then as it moves east for tomorrow as well, I will be on, like I said, on X and Facebook, reporting on all of the warnings that get put out by the National Weather Service for the counties in each of these states that experience severe weather today. So if you want to follow me along there, go for it. And that is it for right now, but I will be back as necessary, and most likely I will be putting out another video either later tonight or tomorrow for the East Coast. All right, this is Kate Weatherwise saying bye for now.